do you feel to return to the set of Black Panther family?
I feel like a deep sense of gratitude and uh, good fortune to return to the set of Black Panther Wakanda Forever and then return to the family that made the first film. It was wonderful to catch back up with everybody and see how everybody's grown and changed in the years that have passed. Um, it was a really rewarding experience, I would say. Bittersweet in many ways because you know we can't get together and think about and we can't get together and not think about who wasn't there. But it was great to be around each other.
Family continues to be a major theme in the sequel, but why and how do you focus on motherhood?
Um, why we focus on motherhood? It was really a byproduct of losing Chad and by proxy for us, you know, in our film family losing T'Challa, and we had to reframe the story, and as we reframed it, it became clear to me that the key relationship in the film was a relationship between Shuri and her mother, Queen Ramonda, and that unlocked the fact that like okay, we probably making a movie that has to do with motherhood now, which is exciting, due to how much Black Panther dealt with fatherhood, and you know, my feature film career, I made a lot of stories that dealt with fatherhood and you know, Fruitvale uh, Station was about a young father in Creed. Um, Adonis and Rocky form a kind of father-son relationship. So he becomes like a surrogate father to him, a coach. And that's something that we explored in that film. So this was the first time for me to, as a creative, to explore that foundational relationship that, you know, that relationship between a mother and their child, child and their mother. And that's something that's like not just like permeates the human community, but also like the animal kingdom. You know, it's a lot of like universal truths around that relationship, around that role. I often think about that there's like an implied uh, sweetness and grace that you think about with mothers, but also like a fierceness and a ferocity. You know, like even in nature, like if you're camping out here in California and you come upon like bear cubs, it's like, man, you got to find the mom or else, you know, because you don't want to get in between that, because then that mother will tear you apart, you know. So the multiple dynamics of that relationship, uh, we thought that was really interesting, and it was really rewarding to make a film about it.
There's two worlds in this film. Tell me the similarities and differences of those worlds and how you made that come to be.
Yeah. In the film, we have the nation of Wakanda and the kingdom of Wakanda, I should say, and the nation of Talokan. A lot of similarities. Both are could be considered hidden kingdoms. They both kind of prospered and thrived with the rest of the world none the wiser for a long time. And I think they both have they both hold on to their tradition and their spirituality in a way that is very intense, you know. But it has been beneficial for them. The differences, I would say, are you know, obviously location. You know, that's the obvious one, right? That the Talakanil can breathe water, so they form their society in the depths of the ocean. But also like location. You know, the Talakanil owe ancestral ties to the homeland of the North American continent. You know, Mesoamerica, the Yucatan Peninsula. That's where they're from. Whereas the Wakandans are from the continent of Africa. Wakanda's a fictional place. The Yucatan is not. You know, so that's another, you know, major difference. And I would say that the biggest, I think, fundamental difference is that the Talakanil have um, a key event in their history that forced them to migrate. Wakandans have never moved. So that, I think, is a fundamental ideological difference that actually ends up being the one that's the most insurmountable for them.
Talk a little bit about Riri Williams. She's the new character. Talk about her character and how her importance is to the family and how it happens.
Yeah, I was really excited to bring Riri Williams to life. She's a very well-known character in publishing, a newer character as it relates to some of the original Avengers like Iron Man, Thor, and but she was written in publishing to be kind of a spiritual successor to Iron Man, if you want to call Iron Man a mantle. You know, she was the inheritor of that, and then eventually she carved out her own space, her own identity as Ironheart. We were excited for this one, man. Like, I think the biggest reason is because with the film focusing on Shuri and being somewhat of a coming of age story for her, I thought it was interesting for her to be in this new role of mentor as opposed to mentee. You know, so finding somebody like Riri who she can kind of look out for and play like that older sibling role was very exciting for us.
What do you want audiences to come away with after seeing this film?
In terms of what I want audiences to come away with after seeing this film, I think it's just that I want them to have a good time at the movies. You know, I want them to go through the full emotional gamut. You know, and feel spent, but also rewarded. You know, and there's no greater gift than somebody sitting through a movie that you worked on and getting done and feeling satisfied, but also wanting to go back and see it again. So that's what I'm hoping for.